Nazis, zombies. This is my kind of movie.
Nice.
It's also a really solid war film. And you guys have this incredible sequence right out of the gate with that aerial plane. Can you talk me through a little bit what that was like to shoot?
Hard.
It looked hard.
It was hard. It was 7 days. You couldn't really get out, or maybe 5 days. You couldn't get out of the plane once you were up there because it was raised about 30, 40 feet in the air.
Yeah.
And it was hot. It was stinky. You had parachutes on that kind of crunched your back, so you're up in there for the tin can for 5 hours, and it was just difficult. And then the plane starts shaking, and you're trying to,
Yeah, and I don't know, did you just say that we had 50 pounds of gear on the paratrooper gear, which is which weighs you down.
So yeah, when we finally, we probably get off that rig, every 3 hours we'd get off or something like that. We tried to make it like scheduled breaks around like 3 hours or so. And you have, 20, 30 guys in these parachute, uniforms, and everyone's trying to get out and just going down these staircases. You can't maneuver, you have weapons. It was hard. It was tough.
And also so they built this, I don't know what you call it, gimbal or whatever, but the plane was actually all these huge mechanical stilts basically, which they built, they must have spent a ton of money on this thing, and it basically would make the thing rock as more turbulence came, and they could control it, do all this stuff. And within 10 minutes of doing it, they were like, yeah, it's not, you guys are just going to have to shake in your seat. So there was that added point. They were just doing this for like 4 hours. It looks great, though. But
It does look great, so your hard work was worth it.
Yeah.
The other thing I love is that it's pretty clear that you guys got to work with some practical effects when it comes to the monster elements. As performers, what does that mean to you to have something real to interact with there?
It's really important, and for this, I think it showed why doing other things that have been mostly CGI, you don't know what's there. You don't really know what you're reacting to. There's a guy with a tennis ball and a green suit, acting like a 40-foot monster, and it's not the same. And because the story allowed for practical elements to be done in the movie, the way they built them they built them so well that when you looked across the room and you see somebody who's actually transforming and they look like they have veins coming out and it's real, you don't have to imagine. It's there. You're doing it. It's in front of you. And that scene is probably the best example of it when Iain transforms.
Yeah, they did an amazing job with the prosthetics and stuff like that. I mean, the attention, the level of detail they have in it is really incredible.
That was a cool scene too.
Yeah.
I like that. How is it for you guys dealing with the bad robot level of secrecy, and how happy are you now to be able to actually talk about this thing?
I mean, we still can't really talk about everything. We want to leave some things a surprise, but it's at times it can be a little difficult, but luckily you can trust JJ. I mean, I was saying before, we didn't have the actual script, or at least Iain and I didn't have the actual script until we were ready to go, until we got the job and we're ready to go. So you're putting a lot of faith in people, and luckily with JJ you can, and with Billy Ray and Mark, you know that they're great writers and tell wonderful stories. So it can be a little, you're chomping at the bit because you want to see it, you want to know what's going on, but you just trust them and you get by.
Yeah. It's a leap of faith.
A leap of faith, yeah.
How many people have been like, is it a Cloverfield movie?
There was a lot of that at the beginning, I guess.
But also, there was a lot of us, because
we didn't even
on
know,
set,
actually.
we were kind of going, is this a...
Right.
We kind of even didn't even know.
It's true, yeah.
I remember the last one they made, the guys didn't know they were making it until later.
Yeah.
So you could have been.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
So you guys also, it's a big movie, but it's a pretty small group of characters, and you guys went through that training together. What was that experience like, coming out of that and then going into shooting?
It was really invaluable, the boot camp, for loads of different reasons. In terms of, in a military sense, learning about, I don't have any experience of that kind of world, and also it gave you a small, I think, insight into, we go out these night patrols sometimes, and a small insight to what it would be to be a young guy that's thrown into a soldier's uniform and taken into another country and not knowing where the enemy is, and but then also just the bonding experience. It was tough. We would go out, we'd do personal training and do all these, do the night patrols and get up early and all that kind of stuff. But at night time we would sit around the campfire and just get to know one another. Yeah. And there was a history that was kind of created there, I think.
I mean, it kind of gave us a natural rhythm that I think helps make the relationship in the film work. Yeah. We just started learning kind of each other's rhythms and how everyone's sense of humor and how people operated, and it just really brought us together.
Yeah.
Your dynamic with the child actor is one of the highlights
Johnny.
of the film.
Yeah,
it's good, isn't it?
And you know what they always say about working with kids and animals, but I always hear that's actually not true, and it's fun to work with kids.
That guy's 56 years old.
Oh my God, he looks great.
There is, and he
French water. No, he's wonderful. He's a young kid from outside of Paris. One of the first things he's done. Just a total sweetheart. A little rambunctious too.
Could you say sweetheart? I remember there was many times he'd tap you on the shoulder and you turn and you go, "Hey man, how's it going?" And he would just punch you as hard as he could right in the chest.
You know what? I feel like I was that way when I was a kid. Julius, with some sort of stroke of genius, paired us together, I guess. But it was really
he's really great.
Lovely.
He's a good little actor.
And he was really great too. He was great in the movie.
Yeah, he's a little scene stealer.
Yeah,
Awesome.
totally.
Yeah.
This is kind of a different role for you as well, getting to play the grizzled tough guy a little bit. Did you lean into that? Did you enjoy it?
I did. I had fun doing it because it was different and it was exciting to be something else. You always try and mix it up a little bit. You don't want to be doing the same thing over and over again. And this was made so much fun by the people you got to do it with. I mean, I know that sounds cheesy, but it was, because sometimes I think if I felt like I was on an island, that I'd be like, fuck, I'm not doing a good job, or there's a million times where people were picking everybody up. That's the definition of having great people in the cast. So it wasn't just about really what you were doing. It was about what everybody was doing, and everybody fed off that, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And for you have that big scene. Did you have to do any special physical training to prepare for those moments?
Yeah, I remember all the training that we did.
Yeah.
It
was brilliant.
Do a lot of
No,
yoga.
I actually do remember there was one point where I don't know if we've talked about it since, where at the end of the with good reason, it's not in the final cut of the movie, where basically there's this moment where where these two are just unloading their clips on me big time, and they wanted me to do react to the bullet, but when you watch it back, it just looks like I'm auditioning for a Bee Gees video. That's the day I learned I could dance.
There was something different. I was like, wait.
Yeah, so they cut it.
But you had the moves. You were really good.
But you know what was so nice is I couldn't get this thing, and I was like, "Hey, Julius was coming in," and they would be really patient with me. And I just remember everyone kind of coming up to me and just being like, "You'll get there." It was being really nice.
You never told him he got
clearly
there.
terrible.
You will.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
He didn't, but